Pinaki is a well-known Bangladeshi writer, newsfluencer, and YouTuber with over 4 million subscribers. He is famous for his fearless political commentary and his powerful speaking style. From tea stalls to living rooms, you can hear his voice almost everywhere. Pinaki clearly has the gift of the gab in Bangla, but how does he perform in English? Let's find out. Spoiler alert, there's good and there's bad.
Just remind us, first of all, why the student protest broke out. What drove them, if you like, last year?
Well, there had been a fascist regime for last 16 years, and there was no election, and all the institutions were systematically broken, and well, there was a serious to remain in power.
There was a serious to remain in power? Serious what? A serious desire to remain in power? A serious wish? Is there a missing word there, or is it only me?
And there had been more than several thousands of people who were killed extrajudicially, and there had been secret prisons. And initially we thought that there was one, and eventually it was discovered that there are several hundreds, 700 to 800.
More than several thousands of people who were killed. We should say several thousand people, no S. In English, words like 100, 1,000 and million stay singular when used like this. 3,000 people, several thousand people. If you want to use the plural form, you must add of after it. Thousands of people were affected. Evidently, Pinaki mixed up the two patterns. About secret prisons, Pinaki said there are several hundreds, 700 to 800. Again, he added an S after 100.
So that report that I mentioned from the UN talked about potential crimes against humanity even.
Yes.
I suppose it didn't surprise you at all.
Yeah, true, because I'm also a human rights activist, and I used to document cases of enforced disappearance, and I used to work with several human rights organizations.
I used to work with several human rights organizations. The word several goes with a plural noun, so organization must be plural. Correct sentence. I used to work with several human rights organizations. Even though Pinaki made a small grammar slip, his meaning was clear. But for accurate English, the plural form is important.
So we know that there had been serious violations of human rights, and well, the situation that we see in the report, UN report, it's a part, and deep inside, there are many which are yet to be explored,
There are many which are yet to be explored. This sentence shows strong control of complex structures, even though it is spoken spontaneously.
The country is now being run by Mohammed Yunus on a temporary basis. I mean, does that mean all is well?
Well, there are challenges, of course. There are challenges, and what I said, that during the last 16 years, all the institutes, state institutes, were systematically destroyed, be it judiciary, election commission, administration, police, even army.
Be it judiciary, election commission, administration, police, even army. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't there missing articles here? The sentence would sound better if Pinaki said, be it the judiciary, the election commission, the administration, the police, or even the army.
They had their party as well, but they tried to incorporate their people within the administration, within the police, within the army. So, it's a very serious kind of collusion, and the state was not functioning, actually.
So what's needed now? Elections, presumably.
Pardon?
Pardon me or pardon can mean two things. A, I did not hear you. B, I did not understand what you meant. This expression sounds respectful and calm, unlike what, which can sound rude. This shows that Pinaki understands how to use language appropriately in real situations.
What is needed now? Elections, presumably,
Well,
in slightly longer term.
The first thing, it was a fascism. Textbook example of fascism. So, what is needed first? And you had that idea, you fought against fascism, and
Abstract ideas like democracy, freedom, fascism, and capitalism are usually uncountable. We do not use A or N before them. Pinaki should have said, it was fascism or it was a fascist government. Also, the correct pronunciation is fascism, not fascism.
Let's talk about you as well. I mean,
Okay.
your YouTube channel. Tell us about it and what you do and how you do it.
Facebook has got some limitations and they have very strict content restriction, and it's extremely difficult to continue an activism that we do on this platform. I used to face frequent bans and removal of my contents.
It should be removal of my content because content is an uncountable noun. It means information, videos, or posts as a whole. For example, I create educational content on YouTube. His content was removed from Facebook. On the other hand, contents is a plural noun. This word is used mainly for physical things inside something. For example, the contents of the bag were stolen. Please check the contents of the box.
What I discovered that, probably this is not the right place to continue this activism. So then I shifted to YouTube, and it became the primary platform for communication for my message and my activism.
It became the primary platform for communication for my message and my activism. I've watched some YouTubers teaching English from Bangladesh saying lesson instead of lesson and spatial instead of special. In a similar fashion, Pinaki said message instead of message. Which one should you say? You be the judge. Also, it became the primary platform or it became the primary platform.
And I mentioned it, 3 million viewers. I mean,
More
it's
than
huge,
3 million,
isn't it?
yes.
Well, what about your critics? I mean, there are critics, aren't there, who say it's very populist, it's a bit over the top.
Listen closely. Pinaki is going to disclose his secret recipe.
Since I'm a writer, I am a storyteller. I tell stories in my YouTube channel. The stories that should evoke some emotion, and I provide some purpose. So that's the three magic recipe of my episodes.
3 magic recipe of my episodes? Let me rephrase that. Storytelling, emotion, and purpose. These are the 3 key ingredients of his YouTube videos. Now you know what makes his videos wildly popular.
Today we are honored to have with us one of the most prominent and influential voices in Bangladesh, writer and activist Pinaki Bhattacharya. Pinaki has been at the forefront of political commentary, fearlessly exposing the nexus of corruption and power.
Nexus means a connection or a network of connections between two things. This word is common in high-level English but rare in everyday conversation.
We are here to discuss a pivotal moment in Bangladesh's journey, the rise of Professor Muhammad Yunus as the transitional leader in the post-Hasina era. Pinaki, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rafa. Always a pleasure to get you as a host, and hopefully we'll continue to discuss in this channel on other issues as well.
Pinaki's pronunciation of pleasure is not quite right. The correct pronunciation has the ja sound, which is a mix of sha and za. Pinaki pronounced the word with the za sound, as in the word zoo. Did you know the pronunciation of pleasure? Let me know in the comments.
After the prayer, when Professor Yunus, the chief advisor of transitional government, began greeting the congregation, people rushed to shake his hand. Many who got the chance visibly moved and overwhelmed. They were shouting, "Sir, stay 5 more years."
Many who got the chance visibly moved and overwhelmed. Did Pinaki just miss another word there? Shouldn't it be many who got the chance were visibly moved and overwhelmed? Yes, spoken English allows some flexibility, but grammar cannot be disregarded like that.
So what do you think makes Professor Yunus so beloved?
Socrates once said that best rulers are those who never wanted to rule. And in the history of Bangladesh, we have had 2 such men, Ziaur Rahman and now Professor Yunus. Both were reluctant leaders, pulled in by circumstance and called upon by the people.
Both were reluctant leaders, pulled in by circumstance and called upon by the people. That is an advanced sentence that uses participial phrases. Pulled in by circumstance, called upon by the people. Pinaki sounded like he already rehearsed the answers to the questions. But anyway, these past participle phrases provide extra information. Use this in your speech and writing to sound advanced like Pinaki.
And like Jia, Yunus has maintained a reputation of being incorruptible. People are tired of leaders who loot the state. And on the contrary, with Yunus, with no political baggage or personal ambition, represents the opposite of that.
Pinaki said that Professor Yunus has no political baggage. Baggage is used metaphorically here. It means past problems, controversies, or negative history that can harm someone's public image. Pinaki suggests that Dr. Yunus is clean and uncontroversial in politics. Idiomatic language like this is common in high-level English.
But still, his government hasn't been without criticism, like especially regarding the makeup of the advisory council. What's your take on that?
It's a valid criticism, and most advisors were not part of the revolution that brought this change.
The host's question was regarding the makeup of the advisory council. Here, makeup indicates the form or structure of the group, meaning the people who were included in the group.
Many are old, passive, disconnected. Even Professor Yunus has admitted this. But it's also true that this government is running on his leadership, means Professor Yunus' leadership alone. His charisma, integrity, and relentless work ethic are holding it together.
Work ethic means the way someone feels about the importance of work. If you believe that working hard is important in life, then you have a work ethic.
So could you walk us through how he came to power?
This time, after massive bloodshed and revolutionary changes, it was the student leaders, the true vanguard of the revolution, who begged for his help. He couldn't say no. And this was not his ambition. This was a duty. He answered a moral call, not a political opportunity.
Pinaki said bloodshed, but the word is pronounced bloodshed. Anyway, vanguard means the front line or leading group in a movement. The word comes from military language, but is now used in politics, history, art, and so on. Pinaki emphasized that student leaders were not just participants, but the main driving force behind the July Revolution. As we have seen, Pinaki's grammar is somewhat weak. Pronunciation also needs some work, but his sentence structures are advanced and vocabulary is rich. If you've learned anything new, please like, share, or comment below.